Welcome back, Focus Learners. I'm your host, and today we are looking at an absolute masterclass in exam strategy. We're getting specifically tailored for the Cambridge IGCSE Additional Mathematics Syllabus 0606, but listen, whether you're tackling the 0580, the 0606, or even the 4024, 4037, and 4040 syllabuses, the core principles we're talking about today are exactly the same. Okay, let's dive right into this. We are going to decode the examiner's mindset, we're going to simplify the incredibly complex, and we are going to prove to you that having a structured methodology is literally everything. I want you to picture this scenario because we see this on past papers all the time. Imagine a split screen. The clock is ticking down. Tension is high. We have two students. Let's call them Alex and Sam. Alex looks at a vector question and absolutely overloads the paper with raw mathematical facts, but provides zero analytical depth. Just a wall of numbers. On the other side of the exam hall, we have Sam. Sam rushes, completely misses the specific command word requirements, and just scribbles down a final numerical answer, hoping for the best. Fast forward to results day, both of their papers come back and they are just covered in red pen marks. Why? Because they entirely misunderstood the core of what the Cambridge examiner is actually looking for. Today, in this explainer, we are going to learn exactly how to transform those red marks into green check marks.
Here's our strategic roadmap for today's explainer: the Vector Notation Challenge, Theoretical Foundations, the Procedural Framework, Critical Problem Solving, and finally those top examiner pitfalls.
Section 1. The Vector Notation Challenge. Let's talk about understanding the language of vectors.
I want to ask you this high-stakes question directly, right off the bat. Why is vector notation the most misunderstood topic in additional math? Why does it trip up so many smart students? Well, the struggle here isn't just about memorizing math facts. Alex memorized all the formulas, right? Every single one. But Alex still failed. Why? Because the real challenge lies in applying these mathematical concepts to totally unfamiliar contexts. Cambridge isn't just testing your ability to copy out a textbook from memory, they are rigorously testing your ability to adapt on the fly. When Sam rushed and missed the command words, Sam failed to translate the given vector data into the required format. It's like trying to speak French to someone who only understands Spanish. The message just gets lost.
Now look at the sheer variety of forms on your screen that you are required to master. To even begin your analysis, you must intimately understand and use vector notation in all of its various disguises. You're going to see column vectors represented as a matrix column. You'll see directed line segments, like a capital A and B with a little arrow over it, indicating a very specific journey from point A to point B. You'll also see bold or underlined variables, like P, which are often used in dense algebraic contexts. And crucially, you will see unit vector components written as AI minus BJ. Each of these tells a totally different geometric and algebraic story, and you have to be fluent in all of them. Before we continue and break down how to actually use these, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCS to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon right now.
Section 2. Theoretical Foundations. Let's look at what the examiners are actually grading you on. The assessment objectives for vector notation target 3 distinct cognitive domains, and we are going to break down these command words right now. First, knowledge and understanding. Do you actually know the difference between a position vector and a displacement vector? Second, application to unfamiliar contexts. Now this is where top students really pull ahead. They demonstrate connected conceptual understanding. They can take a vector concept learned in a basic, boring geometry problem and beautifully apply it to a complex real-world kinematic scenario. Third, analytical depth and logical reasoning. This is where we apply structured answering frameworks. We're overlaying the Peel framework right now. Point, evidence, explanation, link. But we're adapting it specifically for mathematics. Think about it. Your point is your stated formula. Your evidence is the raw data you extract from the complex question. Your explanation is your clear, highly systematic working out. And your link is your final evaluation of the result against the original context of the problem. Top students don't just calculate, they build an undeniable logical argument. Take a look at the two answers on screen. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Spot which answer actually follows the Peel framework. Yeah, it's the one that clearly links the final number back to the original vector journey.
Section 3. The Procedural Framework. Time to look at the professional skills required.
Remember Alex and Sam from our opening? We're going to rewrite their flawed answers live right now using the proper methodology. Watch these red pen marks transform into beautiful green check marks. The first thing we do is step 1, deconstruct the given information. We decode the command words and extract the relevant vector data. Step 2, solve systematically with clear working. We break the problem into logical, bite-sized steps and execute our analysis. Step 3, evaluate for reasonableness. Does the final vector actually make sense in the 2D or 3D geometric space provided? We're giving you a 60-second visual timer on screen right now to try rewriting Sam's answer using this exact method. Time's up. And this brilliantly illustrates how the Deconstruct, Solve, Evaluate framework helps secure those elusive marks. By transforming your approach from a chaotic panic rush to a cool, systematic process, you are handing the examiner exactly what they need to see to give you full marks.
This brings us to what I call the mathematics success blueprint. Presentation of information in vector notation follows very strict conventions. It's not just scribbling, it is a professional skill. You must use proper headings, correct terminology, appropriate formats like the I and J components we discussed earlier, and incredibly clear annotation. You are extracting data from tricky texts and tables, and you have to interpret those relationships accurately. If your format is messy, the examiner literally cannot follow your logic, and they won't bend over backwards trying to guess what you meant.
Section 4. Critical Problem Solving. We're moving into the interactive phase. Stop scrolling. Subscribe to our YouTube channel Ace the Exams at acetheexams_IGCS to excel in your Cambridge examinations. We've helped thousands of students improve by 2 to 3 grade boundaries. Join them right now by subscribing to @acetheexams_IGCS and turn on all notifications so you never miss our weekly exam strategy sessions. Okay, look at the complex relationship on your screen for Challenge 1, data scan. We've got a 60-second timer going. On the left side, we have the cause, the given vector data, the initial conditions, and the hidden assumptions made in the question. On the right side, we have the effect, the resulting conclusions and evidence-based recommendations. What's the core trend here? Principal examiners report that a major student hurdle is confusing cause and effect during comparative analysis. You absolutely must be able to identify similarities and differences using comparative connectives, supporting each comparison with solid mathematical evidence. If a question asks how vector A impacts point B, do not mix up your initial position vector with your final directional outcome. Keep your cause and your effect strictly separated in your working, or you'll lose the thread completely. Moving to Challenge 2, Find the Flaw. But first, here is an amazing practical study tip derived directly from examiner insights. Create a memory hack. Create a unique mnemonic using the first letters of our key terms: deconstruct, extract, solve, evaluate, recommend. Maybe dogs eat sausages every Friday? Whatever works for you, honestly. Having a mental shortcut like this allows you to easily recall the analytical framework during the extreme stress of an actual exam setting. It guarantees you never skip a step when the pressure is absolutely on. Now, looking at the flawed sample paragraph on screen, which sentence is losing marks based on our framework? Yep, it's the third sentence. They jumped straight to the evaluation without showing the extracted evidence. Section 5. Top Examiner Pitfalls. Let's finalize this system.
For Challenge 3, Speed Writing, we are looking at the top 3 mistakes. Number 1. As we just discussed, examiners report that students constantly confuse cause and effect in vector notation. Number 2. Students completely forget to check their format and presentation. They write a standard coordinate when the prompt specifically asked for a column vector. Number 3, answers are not specific to the context given. You might perform brilliant, flawless analytical math, but if your answer doesn't tie back specifically to the geometry or the physics of the scenario provided in the prompt, all that analytical depth is entirely wasted. Now you have 30 seconds on the clock to write one perfect PO paragraph avoiding these 3 exact mistakes. Go.
Okay, pencils down. Read this quote on the screen very carefully. Students lose marks by not showing working. Even if your final answer is wrong, method marks can save you. Guys, this is the ultimate examiner alert. So the crucial point is this: your process and your clear working are just as vital as your final numerical answer. This is the method mark strategy. Our complete mathematics answering system relies on 3 specific rules that guarantee top marks. First, command word decoding. You have to know what they're asking. Second, systematic Peel framework application, showing your evidence and explanation clearly. And third, utilizing a time management matrix so you don't rush through the paper like our friend Sam did at the start of this explainer.
As we hit 100% on our mark potential progress bar today, I want to leave you with this provocative thought. If method marks are the absolute key to saving your grade, how will you redesign your daily practice starting today? How will you make your working out so clear, so incredibly systematic, that it is basically impossible for the examiner to ignore your brilliance? Think about that as you tackle your next past paper question. Listen, students who implement these mathematics strategies see an average improvement of 2 grade boundaries, but only if they practice consistently with our weekly videos. Here's your final reminder. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Ace the Exams, at acetheexams_IGCSE to excel in your Cambridge examinations. Subscribe right now to at acetheexams_IGCS and click that bell. Don't let another exam pass you by. Drop a comment below with your target grade for mathematics and the biggest challenge you're facing. Our team responds to every comment. Like and share this video with a study partner. Ace the Exams. Your Cambridge success starts here.